Well, kingfishing was not good today offshore. Trying to eat my lunch, and I've got a cobia. Now, I've already fought this cobia most of the way to the boat. I can see he's well hooked, so I just kind of let him sit there while I try to finish my lunch. It never fails. A good fish hits while you're trying to eat lunch. But I raised him up close to the surface, and I could see there's a second cobia. So I'm going to pull in this other ribbon fish and see if I can't convince the second cobia. Raise that rod so I can see it. There it is. Pitch that second ribbon fish, and the second cobia actually turned around to look. Didn't take it. So I'm going to replace with a fresh ribbon, see if maybe that will work. Let me get it all set up and ready. I only get a couple of shots at this. Now I can see the second cobia. Nope, didn't take it. So I'm going to put that rod away and get my cobia in. Let me get that paddle out of the way and trying to finish lunch, get everything situated so I can bring this cobia in close. Y'all know cobias are hard fighters, and I can see he's a keeper. But as I bring him around to try to get him in place, clean the lenses, I've got to get this thing out of the way so that this cobia flipping around won't get hooked in the second ribbon fish. So let out a little line. It's hard to do with your hands full. I'm going to place it in an upright position. You can see that fish floating further back behind me. And now I need to get out the bat. Yeah, it's a funny place for it to ride, but it fits there. Let me get that out, and I'm also going to need my gaff. So this fish has been fighting for 20 minutes, got him worn down. I want to finish my lunch. Yeah, Vienna sausages are not the greatest, but it's something easy and quick you can keep in the kayak and eat. So I get my tools ready. Lunch is out of the way, so when a slimy fish comes aboard, I'm not going to ruin the rest of what I'm trying to eat for lunch. The near side foot has got to come out of the water, because if a shark comes up and grabs my fish, it's going to be while I'm trying to land him, and I don't want my foot being mistaken for a piece of cobia. So I'm watching for a good spot. I like to gaff them in the belly so that I don't ruin a bunch of meat. Cobias are delicious, and I don't want to mess up the meat. Got him in the belly, and I know he's about to explode, so get a better grip and hang on. And here we go. He's going to be riding. You can see he's flipping around, he's rolling. Sometimes they roll themselves off the gaff, but you just got to ride it out and hold on. And when things calm down, you can get your bat and knock them out. So this one was pretty quick and pretty short. Small fish, didn't have that much energy. And I can't see the head, so I'm going to bonk him in the gills. And surprisingly, to some, that's a pretty effective way to knock them out. And you'll see he's moving a little bit, but he's no longer conscious. I can see on his sides his brown has faded, so he's down for now. He will wake up in a minute. So I got to figure out, can I get those hooks out before I bring him in? No, he's all tangled up. So I'm going to clear the other floorboard, try and knock some sense out of him. And it looks like just little small glancing blows. That's actually hitting him pretty hard. I don't want to knock him off the gaff. It's a heavy bat. So I'm trying to get these hooks. Nope, can't do it. I have to stick them in the floorboard. As soon as I put him in the floorboard, I've learned from experience. You lay your foot on top of him and hold him down, because at some point he'll wake up. Yeah, I'm glad I got him, but it's not mine yet. I feel something. The cobia had a baby remora on him. For a minute I'm trying to pick him up and show him to you. But he's pretty slippery. And he gets into the water in the floorboard and he's going to the scupper. So I just get the bat and push him, nudge him to get him. Well, maybe he'll come. Nope. He goes to the scupper. I just kind of push him and make him run down the scupper. He's out. Alright, so the tide or the current's moving pretty good today. So while I fought this fish, I moved about a 6-minute paddle away from my rig. So I'm holding that fish down. You can see what the fish is doing as it begins to wake up. He's trying to get out. And you've got to lean forward on that leg and put some weight on it so that this fish can't wiggle his way back out of the kayak. People think I'm exaggerating when I bring a baseball bat, but this is a little 38-incher. You get a 50 or greater, and he's going to beat the snot out of you as you're trying to get him in the boat. So a baseball bat is, honestly, it's for your protection to knock that fish out before you bring him in, because they are pretty dangerous in the boat. I'm taking a chance that he could stick me with a hook in the backside of my leg. I'm hoping not, but as I get close to this rig, I got to move my rod out of the way because I have my rig hook and my float still attached to the rig. So as I get close, move that out of the way, and I'm going to come on this right side that we were looking at, try to scoop my way over and grab that float, and you'll be able to see I don't clip on with my rig hook. The end that stays on the boat is just a float, and I can lay it right between my foot and the rudder, and when I put my foot in place, I'm holding on to it. So it's an easy way for me to stay attached. It's an easy way to come unattached when I want to. So getting one thing at a time, I'm getting everything, all the gear out of the way so I can work with this fish, because I'm going to have to pick him up and get the hooks out. I think he's dead, but you just don't know with cobia. So I'm going to grab him from underneath in the gills, put my fingers through the gills to be able to get a good solid hold on this fish, and then I'll lift him up and I'll figure out what I got to do to get these hooks out. There's a J hook on his cheek. There's one of the trebles right there on his lip, and that back treble is way down there, partly in the gill, partly in the stomach. So I'm gonna spend a minute popping that out, get that J hook, and get those hooks out of my cockpit. Alright, now it's just me and the fish. To show him to you, I've got to have a good hold on those gills, but he's not huge. He's 38 inches. I knew looking at him he was over 37. So I went ahead and killed him, brought him in. I measured him through the measuring board behind my seat, and this is what I'm doing to slide forward and get that fish inside the hatch in the fish bag. Access that hatch, open the back end of the fish bag, and we'll slide that fish right in. Fresh cobia on ice, secured, perfect.